Thanksgiving.
Happy November.
Yay.
'Cause I was watching some weird shit. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
It doesn't surprise
It's like some weird
me.
Japanese thing that popped up when I was listening to music. It's like some fucking dude that's like looking crazy, with his face all painted and got this weird get up and this flower headdress thing. They were like, "Blue, blue, Japanese stuff, blue, blue, heavy metal." It's like, okay.
We were watching Me Time.
I don't know what the fuck this said in so many different languages. All these fucking squiggles.
What the fuck?
The only thing that's English is Rock Fujiyama.
You did.
Every once in a while they say English.
Close as it gets. Yeah, have you ever noticed that in anime intros and outros? A lot of their music will be like a bunch of Japanese, then like
Two English
two
words.
words.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, fucking.
it's like I'm
I
confused
was
by that.
listening to bandmates with subtitles, and they do that like a lot more than I thought they did. Her accent is just so thick that everything she says sounds Japanese.
Yeah, Baby Metal does that, and like a lot of songs as well. It's
A lot
just
of
like, oh,
bands
we gotta
do.
sing the
I think
entire
even
time.
like Duran Gray fucking did that shit.
Now that is a name I have not heard in an extremely long time. Those people are fucked up.
Fucking. I remember
Their
fucking
music videos are
showing.
crazy.
Yeah, I showed you what Child of Prey, and you're like, that chick's pretty hot. I'm like, all those are dudes.
Yeah, my cousin showed me them. She was like huge fan of them like way back in high school.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What in the fuck?" And I like saw all those fucking music videos and then me, you and Nathan were hanging out the one night. And then we went back through them. I was like, "Jesus."
Yeah. Fucking obscure is the fucking good one, or obscene.
Obs-
Yeah,
uh what that fucking crazy
where
album
they're
with
like all
that
throwing up.
alien head on the
The
front?
dude's like throwing up all over the place, scratching the shit out of
N-
his chest, and the fucking. Well, he does that all the time, but
Wait, is this the
yeah.
song?
It's the
Oh,
one
I thought you
with
were talking about this.
where there's that person that's naked and their arms and legs are missing and their head's like kind of just floating on top. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were.
The
I don't
baby
know why I
headed
thought you were
tree.
talking about. Yeah, I don't know why I thought you were talking about like the album Obscure. Like I don't know why I thought the title of the album was called Obscure, but when I remembered them when you showed me them, that was like years ago when you reminded me of them that in that one night and everything. And I went to work and me and Nick would always just fucking jam the fuck out getting shit done. I was like, dude, check out this band from like a long time ago. I was just reminded of. And they had a new album at that time. It was called The Insulated
Oh
World.
yeah.
Dude, that album cover is fucking
Oh,
crazy
I thought.
looking. That album's fucking awesome. It's like this alien head with like orange, blue, and pink and gold like rifts through it, and these eyes that are like cycloned out, but then they turn black to a teal pupil.
Nice.
It's fucking crazy looking. I fucking love it. But that shit was cool as fuck. So what you been doing?
Listen, band man. Watching some e-thoughts.
E-thoughts. Why are you always watching those e-thoughts? You better not be giving them their money. I told you not to give them your money, man.
I don't give
I told you
thoughts
that shit.
money.
Shit.
You think
You
I
bet, you
am
bet
some
how to
kind
eat that
of
whole stick
fucking.
of butter.
You think I am some kind of simp cuck?
Simps as far as the eye can see. I saw that yesterday. I just started fucking laughing. Casey's like, "What are you laughing at?" I was like, "You wouldn't understand. You don't know." shit was fucking funny.
Forget what the fuck I did to make me think of that.
Oh, I thought you were just watching some fucked up political video and then somebody became a simp and then you were like, I'm gonna just say this.
I don't know. Every time I get on Facebook, it's fucking kind of disgusting. Well, it's like some
What?
fucking like to be like a moderately attractive woman on Facebook has got to be annoying as fuck. It's like
Really?
every mundane picture you take of yourself, there's like 20 fucking guys that are like 10 years older than you being like, "Oh, you're fucking gorgeous." It's like, calm down.
Yeah,
Like, do
I
you
mean,
think that
I've
works?
discovered.
I know for a fact that
Uh,
like doesn't work because there's 10 other fucking people there
yeah, it only works,
if they
and
like
I
you.
just, well, I don't know. Like back in my hitting on thoughts days, it was like just PM them and tell them, hey man, I've known you forever and I always liked you, so you want to do this and try it out, and they'd be like, yeah, sure,
Now what you
or
gotta do
no,
is you
I have a
start up
boyfriend.
being like, "Hey, you want to send me some outlines?" They'll be so confused. They'll just do it.
Look at the chat. I just sent you a picture of that album cover.
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, dude, isn't that thing fucking sweet
I
looking?
mean, when the chat popped up, I was like, "What the fuck? Why is it popping up at me?"
Oh,
Oh God.
yeah, isn't that fucking
Yeah,
sick?
that's pretty cool.
I saw that thing and I was like, bro, that album's gonna be hard as fuck. Watch. And then I played it on the speaker. People get so fucking confused in that plant whenever they just hear Japanese blasting,
I bet.
like baby metal and shit. Like they're like, dude, you guys were going hard, but what in the fuck are you listening to? It's like, don't worry about it.
Fucking baby metal is like kawaii in metal, so it's like really weird.
Yeah, dude. Well, I usually play all like the fucking like hardcore commie band songs, like where it focuses mainly on like the
Do you
instrumentals.
say commie bands?
Commie
What's
band,
that?
isn't that what it's? Isn't that what? Yeah, that's what like the band's
Oh,
actually called. Like the
yeah.
band without the girls, the commie
I
band,
just
and rightfully so because those motherfuckers are gods.
yeah, they're pretty good. A fucking singer is young as shit too.
Oh yeah, I heard. I think I don't know if one of them
One of them
died
quit.
or dropped out. Yeah,
Yeah,
they weren't sisters, right? I think
I
two
don't
of them were
think so.
sisters
I
and one
don't
was a
know.
friend.
I think they were all just friends.
Oh. Yeah, that's wild though. They were like famous at the age of what, like 15?
Well, what was it? The one. I think they started. I know the earliest stuff that I could find with the band was like when the one chick was like just turned 16 and the other ones were 15.
Mm-hmm.
I forget if they're like a year apart or like 9 months or something like that.
Oh, I don't
That's
know.
I don't know. That stuff always freaks me out with Japanese shit.
It's fucking wild, dude. Like the way they make their music is just like crazy fucking metal all the way up, and then there's just like a little bit of girl voice and
Yeah.
girl like hook and everything, and that's just like. I was like, yeah, dude, that shit's dope, and it's catchy. How do you do that? How do you do that combination and then make it like catchy, like pop catchy? How you feel about Saints Row? We
Oh,
were talking about
yeah,
this
I
earlier.
watched finished watching that video.
How'd you feel about that?
That was like a more appealing video to me because it was from another Saints Row fan. And yeah, it's just like the characters are shit. Like they replaced the crew of characters you had since like the first and second game. And it's like, oh, we're gonna add these like overly happy hipster zoomers. And it's like, okay. Like the dude said it's like weird because they're happy go lucky, types of people, but like it's Saints Row, so you're like murdering thousands of people. So it's like this really weird juxtaposition. Like in the original game, all of all of the crew was fucking violent sociopaths, and they were like proud of it. They were like, uh, I just can't believe they fucking did that. That is such a stupid fucking idea. So all the Saints Row crew that you know and love, it's like, well, they're gone.
Oh, you thought it was really stupid and couldn't believe it?
Yeah,
I could. I could believe that modern day people who design games could make something horrific out of a loved
yeah,
franchise. I could see
yeah.
that.
Happens way too often.
It's like I remember when they did that with Fable. It's like sweet. I love how
Well,
the
it was like that
how every
weird.
game
It
gets
was like
worse.
that weird diversity push stuff. It's like everybody in Saints Row was pretty diverse in the first place. And like they took all the fucking like color shit out of it. Like the fucking like there was a restaurant or something. It's called Freckle Bitches, and the mechanics were called rim jobs. And like they took that out. Like why? And there's no like sexual jokes or anything. It's like just completely bland fucking garbage. It
Gross.
pisses me off so fucking much. They like PC'd the hell out of it. Oh,
How do you think I feel about the new Thor movie?
he told me it was terrible. But it was
I didn't say it was terrible.
bastardized.
It was good, but it was bastardized. Like it was a fun movie. It was a fun movie, but like the first half of it is just let's like you were saying, cram it in every fucking nook and cranny with fucking jokes that have no reason to be there.
Well, see, like
It's like
for it
after
to be the
everything you
same
say, you
thing.
shouldn't have. Hold on. For everything that you say, there shouldn't be a joke at the like, just arriving right
Yeah,
after it. Like I'm going to say a line and then I'm gonna make a joke real quick.
yeah.
It's like I'm not exaggerating at all. I'm serious. There's probably a joke. There's probably a joke every 3 to 5 minutes.
Just imagine in the writing room. It's like
Yeah,
Thor's
and I
Thor's
said
like
within.
Spider-Man, right? He's like quippy and shit. So let's just make him have a quip at the end of every sentence.
It was like and keep in mind, I say within 3 to 5 minutes. That means that there could be three jokes within 3 minutes. Like, it's just like, what do you. It's like The Godfather. Look what he did to my boy. It's like, that's how I felt about that. And then I watched like 20 minutes of the making of Thor Love and Thunder because I'm curious how this all arrived. And then I see the director.
Oh yeah, who is it? Wasn't it Tiger Waititi?
Let me look it up. It's some dude that I actually have heard of before, and I'm not like into movies like that where I would know directors. Who directed Thor, Love, and Thunder? Uh, yeah, you're
Okay.
right. Sorry, I thought it was something different. Yeah, it was him. And then I saw by the way that he dressed and by the way he was
He's a
acting,
weirdo.
I was he's definitely a weirdo. And somebody during the interviews was like, "Yeah, he's just like a big kid," and I was like, "Yup, big kids make a lot of mistakes." Like, I don't know if you directed the other Thor movies. Good on you if you did. One out of
Do you know
four
what?
being bad is not
Yeah.
horrible. So we're
Do
okay
you
with
know what the
that.
other way to say that phrase?
What?
Man child.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Pretty fucking much. He was walking around like a giant Mickey Mouse sweater. And like these flowy fucking pants and a scarf around his neck and a weird hat on, like backwards, sideways. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
he's one of the
it's not
darkest people.
sideways, but it's not backward. Yeah, yeah. He's just like going off, and I was like, what the fuck? And they were showing like the technology. So instead of green screening for this movie, they did 3D. It's like a big think about a giant circle of huge like TVs that all interconnect to where if you showed like a scene, it would wrap completely around the stage. Then they would make a realistic
Oh,
stage in
that's
the
kind of
middle of it that matched it. It's cool as fuck, dude. And he's like, yeah, this is the first time Disney or Marvel or anything has ever used this kind of technology or something like that or this tech. I don't know. It was Marvel or Disney the first time. I don't know. Whatever the fuck. And I was like, that looks sick as fuck. But in the movie, if you watch it, there's a lot of super fucking good CGI scenes that go with these
yeah.
backgrounds. And I don't know if it's because of this 3D that background. Um, there are some fucking horrible CGI scenes, like shit that you see clipped in, like and clipped there. It's weird. Like I'll show you next time you
Uh,
come over. It's really fucking. Like I noticed it instantly, and I am not like again. I'm not a movie person like you are, and I saw that shit, and it was bad. It was like,
well,
did that thing just like glitch into the system? Like what the fuck was
that would
that?
just be from my love of animation right there. Because that shit, I
You would.
fucking absolutely like adore the fucking animation like, so much. So disappointing that fucking Americans are like retarded about stuff about animation, where it's like, oh, that's a kids thing. It's like what? Not
What do you mean?
like in Japan, you can go make whatever fucking type of animated series you want, but in America a company is usually not going to sponsor or produce animated film unless it's for children.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong about that. There's only like a handful of movies where they're just like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, I think it's so dumb. It's such a missed opportunity because you can get fucking voice actors and fucking like in Japan they take voice acting like so seriously. In America they don't really as much. Like a lot of the fucking people are idiots.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. Like,
Like there's
so
been four Bulmas.
yeah, and there's like a thing like I've seen a bunch of Japanese movies, and I've never seen like the same Japanese woman or whatever in them. But then I go to like animation, and then I look up the voice actors. There are like certain people that are in like every fucking
Yeah,
anime because they're more
yeah,
celebrated. You know what I mean? So it's like that's fucking crazy. Like, okay, for instance, like Kingdom Hearts alone is like it's made from a Japanese fucking thing, Square, and they have the person that plays Sora, the main character, is a girl.
yeah.
Never knew that.
Huh.
And
Bart
there's
Simpson's a
another
girl
fucking
too.
yeah, and that's what I was about to say. There's another thing that I've seen before where the actor was a girl. I can't remember who the fuck it was, but it was a guy. Ash Ketchum
Yeah,
from Pokemon. That's a girl.
yeah.
It's fucking wild, man.
Everybody that
Uh,
is a young, all the young boys are girls.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Yeah. It's because men can't make voices like little boys. Their balls
I'm
dropped
just. Why don't they get like child boy actors to try out for it? That's my like question.
because then they hit puberty and they're worthless.
That's true. I guess if you're gonna have a long running
Yeah.
series, but you never know if you're gonna have a long running series. But I guess
Yeah,
they
fucking
prepare
imagine that if
every
your
show
main
for people.
character was like a 12-year-old boy and your show goes on for like 3 years. It's like, hey, God, how's it going? It's like your voice is all crackly and shit. So you can't fucking do this. But was it for Thor to be bastardized on the level that Saints Row was, you would have to replace Chris
I wouldn't say it was
Hemsworth with
that bad.
fucking Daniel Radcliffe or something.
I'm gonna stop you right there, sir. What are you trying to say about my boy D?
'Cause
My boy D Radcliffe?
imagine
What?
him as Thor. That's like what this
That's
Saints
a
Row
that's
game
what you
is like.
call that's what you call a parody.
Exactly.
That would be such a funny fucking that would be such a fucking funny parody.
Dude, I just watched Swiss Army Man the other
That
day.
movie's
I
fucking awesome. I
fucking
dare
love
you to
that
say it's
movie,
bad.
dude. I want to fucking
Yes.
watch. I got to see like the end part of it. Like,
Aw.
as I think
So
it's
you
like,
didn't like get to watch the whole
well,
story?
it's as soon as they get on the island, is from where I watched it from.
Oh, okay. Then you're not. You're good.
Yeah, so I thought, but I just wanted to watch it in full just in case. But
You're not missing
another
anything
thing I
else.
have to say about those Marvel movies is that I forget when they started doing this,
I don't mean to interrupt you, but hurry up because I want to talk more about Swiss Army Man because I fucking love that movie.
but
God.
whenever Disney hands over the movie to the director, Disney already made the action scenes. And so the director and the writer for the movie has to write them into the story.
Hmm.
Yeah, so like was the fight scene in Thor, doesn't it take place in some like weird place?
Which one? There's a bunch of fight scenes in
Like the
Thor.
first one.
Um, I think you're talking about the second one, The Dark World.
No, they
Um,
didn't do it then. They did it with this more recent one, and I think I don't know if they did it with Ragnarok.
they fought in some weird
Well,
place.
it's not that it's necessarily weird. It's just that all the action
Describe to me the
scenes,
landscape.
all of the
Describe to
action
me the
scenes
landscape.
in modern Marvel movies from like this year and I think last year are the action scenes are pre-written, and the director and the writer that gets handed the title has to write those into the story. Like they don't get to make up their own action scenes and direct them.
That's really fucking
Yeah, it
weird.
is. I like whenever I heard
Maybe
that,
it's
that
like a thing
sounds like
where,
so fucking crazy. It's like, oh, you have
yeah.
to eventually end up at a point where you're at this place and this is where you fight. It's like, what? And then like even the
Uh,
outcomes of the fight, like I don't that's
See,
so
whenever I
fucking
watched the making of
weird.
it was like totally different.
Yeah.
Like they were like doing every scene together and like describing how they did everything. I don't know. It doesn't sound like that, but I mean, I only watched like a third of the fucking thing, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, all the forget where the fuck I heard it from, but all the action scenes are all pre or shot before the movie is written.
That's weird. There
It doesn't
was
make
I
any sense to me. That sounds like such a fucking horrible idea. I think it was I think it's I forget who the fuck they did for the Black Widow. They had some like weird indie fucking chick that never shot an action scene in her fucking life. So I think that's when they started doing it when they tried to because they're trying to fucking hire the cheapest directors they can. So they want to make sure that the action scenes are at least what they want.
yeah. Um,
That'd be
there
shit.
is this. There's this fucking big part of not like a big part, but it's a decently sized like fight scene and like just scene in general, front to back. So there used to be. Have you
I
ever
watched
watched?
Cobra Kai too.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain
Well, I
it.
just thought about that.
Uh, Wait,
Yeah,
recently?
I watched like the 3 or 4
Nice,
episodes of season 2. I'm thinking because it was
nice.
like I don't like that. I thought it was goofy because like I'm really into fucking fight choreography, and everybody in that movie is at least fucking 50 years old. And like the jump cuts are so obvious because they have to be because they're fucking 50 years old. And it's so fucking melodramatic. Oh, it's ridiculous.
um, Back to what I was saying, because this is important because I have to show this to you because I think you'll fucking love it.
Don't show me your penis.
That too. Um, so there's this part in the fucking Thor movie. It's cool as fuck. So there's only one other time I've seen this. Back about 10 years ago, whenever different shoe companies for skateboarding, like they put on these videos for a contest. Whichever team, like America, Fallen, Lakai, all them, whichever one could put together like the coolest fucking video, just like a compilation of like the the different skaters doing things like tricks, whatever, just like a skate
Yeah.
video, but like about 3 minutes long with everybody in it. They had to do all these different designs and shit like that, and like these just cool ass fucking videos. Like America did a reflection video. So all their shit was like there would be a pyramid
Yeah.
like box. It's just a straight four-sided pyramid, and they would do tricks on it, whatever the fuck. But there would be mirrors surrounding it, and even the pyramid was coated with some kind of mirroring material. So everything looked like green crystals and mirrors and reflections. It was fucking sweet looking. Now, Fallen did a thing. No, it was Mystery. I think it was either Fallen or Mystery. I don't know. This might not even be part of the contest if it's Mystery. But anyway, whichever one it was, did this cool series of videos called The Color Theory, where the videos were all in black and white, and every once in a while they would like in the midst of the black and white, they would show tiny bits of color, like the trick he's going to do on the bench, or the ledge that's made of marble is like gold, like but like it mixed in with like the black and white. It's really crazy looking, but they did that in this scene with like so everything's black and white. When Thor does his like fucking lightning shit, shit flashes out blue. Their shit gets auras and shit,
That's a,
and it's like yeah, and it's all surrounded and like, but the actual filter in the camera is black and white with these crazy CGI'd colors in it, just like this. And that shit is fucking sweet looking, man. Like, it's and it's like probably 10 minutes of it like that in the movie. Really cool. You need to see that. It was awesome. But that movie, I'd say half good, half bad. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. And that's not how I feel about Thor movies. I love
7
Thor
out of
movies a lot more
10.
than that.
Jeez, that's a pretty good
It's
rating.
it's a good rating. The only bad thing I really honestly have to say about it is like the fucking just cramming jokes in too
Yeah.
much. That's why I'm giving it higher than regular. I don't know. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It's still cool to watch. It was a fun movie. Um,
'Cause I was reading news and shit. Just looking at all these celebrities that are fucking have siblings that aren't famous or whatever. Fucking, I seen a picture of fucking Jared Leto and his brother looks fucking creepy as fuck. He was,
Jared
yeah.
Leto. Oh, you're talking
His
about
brother is the
Shannon.
drummer, yeah.
Yeah, Shannon.
Yeah, he looks fucking weird. His like eyebrows like look like they connect to the nose of the nose of his bridge, the bridge of his nose. I don't know. People like that look like that freak me the fuck out. I don't know. It looks like somebody drew like evil eyebrows on them.
Evil eyebrow.
Yeah, you know what I mean? When you like make a happy face mad.
Oh, I guess,
Yeah.
yeah. I just remember him with like a huge ass man bun.
I just seen some weird picture of him on the red carpet and shit. Then it was fucking
That's weird.
talking about all these fucking Instagram people. I'm like, what? Those are people aren't fucking famous.
What do you mean? What was talking about it?
The celebrity sibling thing that popped up was fucking talking about like Instagram people and shit. It's like they have a really high Instagram following. It's like, who the fuck cares? Jesus.
Most people use Instagram.
Yeah, but who the fuck? You're not famous because you have a big Instagram following.
That's actually how a lot of people get famous anymore. It's weird.
Well, if you
Like models and
actually
shit.
do something afterward, yeah, modeling that makes sense, but not just an influencer or whatever the dumb fucking piss
I
people
kind of
call
see what you're saying.
themselves.
Yeah,
Oh, and then I
influencers.
fucking seen this other thing. Uh, Joseph Hazelwood died. I'm like, who the fuck is Joseph Hazelwood? And I click on
Yeah, the
it,
Queen
and
died. How
he's the
about that?
captain of the Exxon Valdez. Like, why the
What?
fuck is it news that the captain of the Exxon Valdez fucking died?
What is
It was
that?
a giant oil liner that fucking crashed into a reef and spilled oil everywhere, killing thousands of animals and ruining the environment for fucking decades. It's like, why the fuck? Like, why do I care that he died? It's not a fucking story.
Oh yeah, dude. People just throw shit up there on news things anymore too. Like Snapchat has like its own Instagram, or it's not Instagram, its own like news section on like just like a bunch of just random ass shit. And they'll just throw up whatever the fuck. And then I go onto yahoo.com or whatever the fuck on my computer just to sign in because that's just what it opens with is Yahoo. And it's like, you guys are doing the same thing, just a bunch of random ass shit. Like, is everything just that boring now? Like, I'm glad there's nothing bad happening, but
It's
like,
like,
there's no real news
did
here.
you ever or watch or read or listen to any like TMZ stuff?
No,
It's fucking interesting as
no.
shit because those fucking people are creeps. They're the
Who?
fucking creepiest paparazzi in the world. The fucking TMZ people. Like, oh my god.
Wow.
I remember
Why?
fucking
What do they do?
there was like when Leonardo DiCaprio was first like becoming famous and he's like 16 to 20 or whatever. They're like on the fucking private beach in a tent with a hole cut in the tent, like fucking videotaping out of the hole.
That's whack.
Yeah,
That's
these
illegal.
people are fucking creepy as shit. It's like I swear it'd be like, oh, some celebrity got a new pet. It's like you look at the picture, it's like why are there shingles below you? What the fuck
Yeah,
are you
here
doing?
here it is. Look, I'm on. I just went to Google.com, and you know how Google has its own like news
Yeah.
and shit.
There's
Fucking
like 10 tabs here that say fucking what there's no wonder why this is the number one best game. It's like fucking Raid Shadow Legends. Go eat a dick. Just
yeah,
grab
suck a fucking
fucking
dick,
with both hands and eat it whole. Like what the fuck?
dude. Yeah, it was. I saw a thing on Facebook how they have their ads, and it's this one like streamer kid, and he's like, a game every RPG fan will fucking fall in love with. 650 characters. Choose this, do that, and he's like cracking his knuckles. He's like, yeah, and then it shows Raid Legends. I was like, fuck you. Fuck you, man. Like I was super hyped for like a whole 30 seconds and then you're cracking your knuckles. I'm fucking ready to see what you got. What is this hidden fucking gorgeous thing probably on Steam and that's why I don't know about it. It goes, Raid Shadow Legends mobile app. Download it now and I'm like, you can fucking suck a dick.
I fucking
You're a
I
cunt.
hear
You're a cunt.
always see those YouTube commercials from the fucking people, and it's like is that they say their like name and shit on the game. It's like I want to make a file just so I can fucking go on there and be like, you're not on. You're never fucking on. You're a fucking liar.
But this is what I mean. Like, so I'm on the Google page right now. Let's talk about news. There are two things concerning the Queen.
Yeah.
The first one, I don't even understand why you would think this was a good idea. What happens? What is it? The riches behind the crown, colon. What happens to all of Queen Elizabeth II's personal assets?
So it goes to her family.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, anything that
Like,
doesn't belong to the royal family, like, is probably just gonna be donated to charity.
Right. And then here's the other one. This one's fun. Ohio Valley woman from England reflects on the passing of Queen Elizabeth II.
What is it? I fucking seen. There's a few ads
Wait,
earlier that
one
were.
more. I want to give you an extra laugh before you continue. Here's another piece.
Uh,
You ready?
what?
How to drop ship profitably.
Okay.
King Charles' abnormal grieving process is raising concern
I seen that
online.
one earlier.
How about this?
My favorite one
No.
is the fucking mother of two decapitated by ex-boyfriend.
How about this one? All new Chevy Silverado is stunning and cheap. Okay.
What you never knew about Meghan Markle. I don't
What
fucking
you never
give a
knew about
shit about
Chevy.
Meghan Markle. Like, what the fuck?
Tiny kitten who almost didn't make it has most beautifully grown up. What?
Like, nod stories.
Cool kitten, dude. What the fuck is that? Cool kitten. Like, oh, yeah, woman beheaded
Yeah.
with sword by ex in front of horrified onlookers.
Yeah.
Colon, police.
I seen that and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my god, man. Oh, here's one. Jeopardy, colon. One contestant broke most sacred rule and had his prize winnings ...
Yeah, that's clickbait right there.
Suck a fucking dick, man. Like,
Rage out of it.
oh my god. Ohio man stalked TV actress and her daughter for 12 years.
This
That
one
one
is
I kind of want
weird.
to look into to see how much of a long time commitment it was worth. I just want to know. Like,
Uh,
12 years, huh? When's your big plan gonna erupt, my guy?
Listen to this headline, dude. West Virginia family wants answers after pallbearer killed by officers. It's like, what?
I can tell you the perfect headline for that coming up. You just had to be there. See how far this travel credit card will take you. Yep, I'm sure it'll take me anywhere. I'm gonna have to pay for it later on.
There's
You
flight
know?
instructor student dies in fiery plane crash at Santa Monica Airport.
MASH survey, the absolute worst thing to order at a steakhouse.
Man discovers lost family but still feels unwanted.
What? What is that? That's the best one. Fucking crying. Oh my god. Still feels unwanted. Aw, this one's fucked up.
Man
I don't know.
impersonating police pulls over real police officer.
That's a joke. That's a clickbait. There's no
I've
way.
seen that happen before.
How about this one? And this is kind of like a mood dampener, but it's still it's ridiculous that they would celebrities who are HIV
Yeah, I
positive.
seen that one earlier too.
That's fucked up, dude. Like, damn.
I think that's for like people bitch about the stigma of AIDS or whatever, and it's like I think that's like one of those things trying to make it seem normal, which it's not normal to have a terminal disease
Yeah, it's not.
unless
I
your
mean, like,
terminal disease is being alive.
yeah. I think it's more like a thing with like I feel like somebody one day had the idea like so there's like cancer awareness.
AIDS
And then people are
awareness.
like and then people are like AIDS awareness for like the LGBTQ
Uh,
community. And then it's like
Forgot the
you
T
can't
there.
normal it. you yeah, whatever the
You
fuck.
can't forget the T's.
LGBTQT plus T, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And like you can't it's, just because there's Cancer Awareness Month doesn't mean that you can normalize AIDS. Like cancer's not
Yeah.
normalized by
You
that.
can't
It's
really
the fact that
normalize cancer.
cancer kind of like cancer can be in anyone. Anybody can get hit with cancer. So it's like
Well, anybody
not
AIDS, dude.
anybody can get AIDS, but it's a lot less likely than
You just need
cancer.
the place and the opportunity.
Fuck.
Dude, fucking there was an AIDS episode of Captain Planet. Oh, it's
What?
hilarious.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
They like wouldn't let this kid play on the basketball team, and Captain Planet comes in and he like gives everybody a PSA on AIDS.
Are you fucking
Yeah.
serious?
And the
No.
fucking was it all the villains are like, ah, like they're trying to stir trouble and they're like, oh, he can give you AIDS through his spit. You better not drink after him. Like all this weird shit.
What?
Yeah.
This had to be like some kind of parody.
No. It's just fucking Ted Turner
Dude, the 90s were
controls
fucking ruthless.
Ted Turner controls fucking controlled Captain Planet. Like that was his pet project to it spread environmental awareness. So it has like all this weird shit in it like that. So was there's a robot chicken fucking skit that was great. It's like Ted Turner's like old as shit. I think he might have died even recently, or maybe a while ago. But they had him being like senile and he dresses up as Captain Planet. Just runs around going, Captain Planet!
How about this headline? World's second tallest roller coaster shuts down permanently after woman hit on head by metal bracket. See, man, I told you earlier I'd never trust some fucking roller coasters.
I've been on that. I got that one now too. Shuts down
What?
permanently after woman hit on
Yeah,
head by metal bucket. I've been
bracket.
on
Yeah.
that.
Really?
That's the
What is
Top
it?
Thrill Dragster.
Oh, really? Where's that at?
Cedar Point.
Ah, I figured. Cedar Point is like nothing but fucking
That
roller
thing is
coasters.
freaky.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like 420 feet in the air or something like that. You go 120 miles an hour.
How'd you feel? Did you? I'm sure you have. Have you ever read uh, the Superman or the Batman?
Yeah, both of them.
How fucking weird is that going backwards like that?
Those ones freak me out, truthfully.
This
The
suspended roller
the
coasters?
uh the Superman freaks me out. I think they closed that, but there was this other one called the Double Twist that freaks me out so fucking much. Like when you go backwards and then it holds you up and there's just a slab of concrete underneath of you.
Wait, hold on. I was just about to ask you. There is one at Six Flags, and it was like seriously a fucking roller coaster tycoon roller coaster. It was two loops, a little drag in between it, and
The
at
double
the
loop.
end of those two, at the end of both of those two loops, it was straight up and down. It was like going into nothing, like the track just ended. So it starts out in the
Oh yeah,
middle.
I
It
get
goes
you. It like
it goes one way in a circle and then up the vertical thing. Then it comes back down backwards around that circle, goes back through the other circle, then up on that end,
yeah,
and it just keeps repeating
yeah,
itself.
I've been on that. I forget what it's called though.
I thought that's what you were talking about because you said double twist, and then you said backwards, and I was like,
No, the
yeah, man.
double twist is like basically the Superman, except the one corkscrew end. It's both ends are corkscrewed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was the first like real roller coaster because I don't consider any of like the roller coasters at Kennywood real roller coasters because like
Not
they're
even the
not
Steel
freaky enough.
Phantom.
I don't. They're not freaky. Like the
Okay.
Steel Phantom is kind of freaky. I'd give that like a half a point towards a real roller coaster. But then when I went to Six Flags, I looked up and I was like, no, dog, these are roller coasters. That shit is scary as fuck.
As I rode the
And
Son of the Beast, and like a lot of people reviewed that as like a terrible roller coaster because how much it jerks you. I liked it.
Dude, think about the Exterminator at Kennywood.
Yeah.
That roller coaster underground in
Just
like the dark where it whips you around in a circle the entire time.
yeah. And you're on a big rat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's fun.
I never thought that was a very good roller coaster.
I always really liked that roller coaster. I don't know why.
It
I don't know. I like the
was
aesthetic
the
of it.
one time I went there and the line was like half an hour long. That was
Dude, it always is. It's always so fucking long.
yeah, the ride is
It's
so short.
yeah. It's a fun ride though. I do really like it. And like whenever I took my kids on it for the first time, they fucking geeked the fuck out. I was like, "Look, dude, I'm right next to you. It's cool. It's cool. Pappy Joe fucking did this with me when I was a kid. It's all right. It's gonna be okay." But you know what's fucking weird though? Whenever I went to Hershey Park for that Dead and Company show, we went to like the amusement park as well, and like a lot of that shit aren't even rides. Like there was a
That's
ride
what I
that you
was
paid
thinking
ten
it
dollars
was.
to get on. You like ride down a thing and you try to get a high score by shooting all these targets with like laser tag guns on a roller coaster. It's fucking cool as shit, but like $10 a ride
Yeah,
sucks.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
And I tried to take Lucy on it, and she fucking dipped out at the very end. I was like, I literally just paid for this. What the fuck, dude? Like, we're just seriously going on like a quick cruise on a coaster. There's no loops, there's no huge drops, jumps, anything. Was like, we're just shooting at shit. She like freaked the fuck out.
The only thing I remember doing that like cost money was it one of those like what were they called? What are the little cars called? Like go karts or
um,
something?
yeah,
Yeah,
like oh, fuck, there's a name for him though, because there's a Mario Kart one being built somewhere around here shortly. I forget where though.
pretty cool.
Um,
'Cause I've been to a shit ton of amusement parks. I've been to Dolly World and everything.
really?
Yeah,
How's that?
it's pretty cool.
I wouldn't imagine it would be.
It's like it's Dolly Parton theme, so there's like her
Yeah,
music's playing all over the place. There's pictures of her and there's a big train that goes through it and goes through the woods. Kind of cool.
her and her huge fake fucking
Yeah.
tits. It's like, yeah, dude, sick. I wonder if she's on the
Yeah, I
Fappening.
watched some movie with her. I watched some movie with her, and it was like she's like trapped in this thing with this girl that like idolizes her, and she like Dolly Parton like whips out this syringe and starts shooting up, and the girl thinks she's like a heroin addict, and
What?
then like whenever they get saved from the place, she's like asks her about it, and she's like, "No, honey, I'm a diabetic." That was insulin.
Wow.
Yeah, it was such a weird like scene in a movie. I don't remember anything else about that movie.
There is actually like I think it was during or before the pandemic or right after. I don't know. There's a movie Mila Kunis was working on, and it's supposed to be like an extremely good movie where she's a heroin addict for like years.
I don't know if anybody can beat Requiem for a Dream.
I still haven't seen that movie. I need
Really?
to.
I love that
Yeah.
movie. It's so fucking depressing, but yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
To me, the way all the movies you say are good always seem very depressing.
Yeah. Well, it's like the meaning and shit is what's important. Like I like Train Spotting a lot, and I thought everybody did. And I was like, uh, and then I hear people talk about it. They're like that. There's this one scene, and it freaked the fuck out of a lot of people. And like, I just took it as a scene. It wasn't any weirder than the entirety of the story because Train Spotting is pretty much the same thing as Requiem for a Dream. about a bunch of heroin
I've
addicts.
I've never heard.
Trainspotting.
I'm yeah, I've never heard of that one.
It's a good movie. So that scene is pretty freaky though.
I just wanted to check and see if it was even possible, but I typed in on my search bar Dolly Parton, uh, the fappening tits, and the internet is so respectful of Dolly Parton that there are no nude photos. So good on the internet. I was just curious. I just figured she was like, yeah, she's probably too old to be like doing that shit,
Uh,
like messaging people tits and shit. So there wouldn't be any fappening shit. But I was like, let's make a gamble.
I seen was it a deep fake of AOC? It was like one of those abusive ones.
What are you talking about?
Like one of those porns where it's just like dude like it was like POV and he like reaches out and touches her face and then slaps it.
I thought you were just gonna stop and touches her face. I was like, what? That's weird. Um, I mean, was it just getting like smacked or just like that's
Yeah,
it?
I watched it on YouTube, so it's just the beginning of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
People make memes out of still shots from pornos, and I fucking love it. It's so
They
fucking
used to
funny.
do all of those color ones that were funny.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen
How'd
those in
you
forever.
how'd you enjoy fishing?
I'm pretty good. Saved the
Yeah, I
fish's
got called
life.
out. Yeah, I got called out right before I was like grabbing my fucking fishing pole when I was on the phone with you. I was so fucking mad.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only gonna be 6 hours. It's like cool.
Dude, we were there for 6 hours.
Yeah, well, I was on that fucking rig for 15 hours,
Yeah.
and I was fucking pissed about it too. And fucking like I told you earlier, Spaz, whatever. Nobody knows who the fuck he is. It doesn't matter. This fucking dude fucking ran a hydrovac hose down the side of my fucking car, going, "Hey, help me put this away before you leave." Like that's something you say before I start backing up or even get into my car, sir.
Yeah. Sounds like
Like
something
I,
fucking Ashton Kutcher would do on Punked.
yeah, pretty close.
Uh,
Well, I fucking told the other dude, I was like, yeah, put that in the trailer before we leave. And instead, they threw it up in the trunk of, not the trunk, the truck bed. And we drove all the way back with that. So now that trailer has one less hose, which is not good by any means if there's still vacuum to be done. Because that shit was tight already. And also, um, I told you to put it in the trailer because that's what our boss told us to do. And instead, we pop out. You say you don't give a fuck, and then you say, ask me for my help and run it down my car.
yeah.
And like, keep in mind, um, the big boss of the company is there and watched this happen and freaked out on him. It was like, yeah, what the fuck? He's telling you to stop. You're pissing him off. Leave him the fuck alone. Get that fucking hose off. I was just trying to tell him to help me. I was like, I rolled down the window. I went, no, all I heard was, I'm going to drag this fucking hose down the side of your car. I'm sorry you don't have a car, but I do, and I like to take good care of it, sir. Thank you.
Well,
And
even
then I
if your
fucking
car
left.
was a fucking lemon, that's like ridiculous.
I'm not, I, I'm not even saying like about having a nice car. I mean, yeah, it's 2021, but like, even regardless of the fact, you're right. Like, what are you doing, dude? You're putting the fucking hose up next to my car and then just walking around my car, just doom, 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 doom. I can
Yeah,
hear
it's
it.
pretty
I can
stupid.
hear. Yeah, and like I got out in front of everybody before I dipped and like looked around my car and shit, and they're all staring at me, except the dude who fucking did that. They're all staring at me, and I'm looking around and I look up at them and I point to what I thought was a scratch, and then I licked my thumb and squeegeed it off real quick. I was like, he's fucking lucky, because that's bullshit. uh, you're like damaging an expensive thing. Please don't do that. Like, and I just fucking left.
Yeah, I've seen this fucking. Oh, now when I said lemon, it made me triggered a memory. there's this dude that made this like video that was like about just like little mind fuck things, and he said that lemons didn't exist in nature until humans cultivated limes and then made lemons. So we gave life lemons.
Good. That's a good one.
I was like, that's like a total mind fuck right there.
Right. Dude, you know what was fucking stupid? I was uh I was trying to spray out a trough up on the rig the other day. And this new dude's like trying to do it through the grates. And I look down and I'm looking at the grates. I'm like, I see these outlines. Um, I was like, give me your fucking gun. And he gave it to me. I just start yanking up all the grates. I'm like, why are you shooting through the grates? Why don't you just lift them up like this? And he's like, uh, what? I didn't know. And as I'm making a smart point, I do something retarded as shit. I point the gun at almost a fucking straight down angle, but not quite. I pull the trigger. All the fucking gunk and oil, like in that one spot, fucking blew up straight in my face. And like my whole face was fucking black. Just like I took my glasses off and it's just like straight outline of like I just straight look like a raccoon. And I'm just blasting it down through. And then I look over, I'm like, where are we blasting this to? He's like, yeah, it's back down the hole. I was like, what hole? And I look down, clear down the trough there, and like I explained to you, like before when we were talking about this shit,
Uh,
it's another one of these tiny fucking holes that you have to push everything to. So like for 30 minutes probably, I'm walking back and forth down this trough, working every little bit of shit all the way down through there. And as I'm about to get it clean, our boss is like, "No, don't fucking hit the trough." I was like, "What do you mean? This dude just said he was told to fucking do this." And he's like, "Well, he didn't tell me. The one dude and the dude that I'm talking about is the one that ran the hose down my car. He told me to do that." And the boss is like, "What the fuck? What are you guys doing?" It's like, I guess we're just listening to this dude apparently. I just got up here. And he's like, "Yeah, leave that shit around." And I looked at him whenever he came out of the hall. I was like, "Look, man, you're you're falling asleep while working pretty much.
yeah.
Why do you do this? Quit, because this is multiple times I've been on the job site with this guy, and it's always the same thing. Like, do you even know where you are? What are you doing,
They're supposed to have
dude?"
laws against that shit.
So you can work after 16 hours with permission, which means, so like if your boss tells you to do this, they have to bring you food and like beverages and keep you sustained if you're gonna work that long, which is like a weird thing, but like I guess that's
Because
just how it
you'd
works.
think it would be like truck drivers. Like you can't drive for longer than a certain amount of time because it is
I think it, I
dangerous.
Yeah, I think it's 12 hours because I had that conversation with somebody before too who drove truck. But people do this thing, like the people I know, they'll drive for like 20 hours and they'll write down in their book that they took a break and then drove that long on this other day and they just won't show up till that time so it matches their logbook. So like they'll be chilling there for like, say you have to drive to Texas or a faraway place or whatever. You park your truck because you drove fast as fuck and you just enjoy yourself in Texas and then just pull up just in time to be like, yo, peep that logbook.
Oh,
And that's how they get
that
away
doesn't
with it. So
sound
they
like it's
get,
worth it.
uh, it depends on how much free time you want,
Well, I
honestly.
mean, you might as well just stop like in the middle if you have to wait for a certain amount of time anyway.
Yeah, and that's just like one thing they do. Another thing is they'll start a day early and do it, and they'll just drive straight and just meet them right at the point to where it looks like they did this, but actually they cut their time in half by like days from like the point they're supposed to be there. So they'll be like, I got this load this day. I waited a day, then I drove straight through, hit them, and met them at the quota point because it gave them an extra day, like with their family or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck. You know what I mean? And it's like illegal as fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why do you people take risks like this? Like you're gonna lose your license.
Well, they say like there's that stereotype of truckers where they do meth and shit,
Oh no, I know.
Adderalls and what are the black? I forget what the fuck those are called. There's like these super fucking strong caffeine pills that they used to
Uh,
take.
I don't know. There's so like there's a family member of mine that drives truck, and he told me way back like 20, 30 years ago when he was driving, he had a cocaine addiction and like did a bunch of drugs, stay awake, and fucking just flew out there. That's how he fucking made his loads as fast as he did, and how he made so much money so fast. And I was like, are you fucking crazy? I never would have thought it would be you. You don't even drink like anymore at all. And he's like, yeah, man, I just kind of like came to terms with my vices and I stopped.
That
He's like I stopped smoking, I stopped drinking, and I stopped fucking doing cocaine all in one shot, cold turkey. And I was like, that's fucking crazy. Like
I don't
you're able
know.
to
It's
handle all
probably
that.
easier to stop all of those at once than it is to stop them individually. Because a lot of
Mm,
times, like some of your vices fuel your other vices.
right. Like I have a friend that every time he drinks, he wants to do cocaine, and I'm just
You don't
like,
have to go that hard.
what?
There's just like you, where you don't smoke, but then every once in a while,
Well,
drink,
he's an
kind of do.
what is it?
Like you don't smoke, but every time you drink, every once in a while you'll smoke. I was thinking
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. I'll probably smoke a cigarette like once or whatever the fuck, like while I'm drinking, or maybe twice. But like the like my internet buddy, he's just like every time he drinks, he's just like, "Yo, do you care if I go get some coke?" And I'm like, "Uh, how long are you gonna?" One, he told
It's like
me
yes,
to.
yes I do.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, like the first thing is he told me before, because he's like a depressed dude, like he
That's kind of
and
like really crazy. It's like
well, he
I'm gonna
told
go
me,
drunk drive to get cocaine. It's like
yeah. Well, he doesn't even have to be drunk. Like it's just drinking is just like a trigger, and he'll be like, "Yo, uh, can I go get this? Like, are you gonna be online?" And I'm just like, dude, I waited like all day so you could
yeah.
just play. Can we just play? And then it takes like an hour to fucking do it, and I'm just like, and he told me before, don't let me do it. I had a full on like hour long argument with the motherfucker. And then I just gave in. I was like, just fucking go get it, man, because like I'm just tired of hearing it. This isn't even fun playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh god.
Just not drink. It sounds like such a pain in the ass.
I was just kind of like, geez, man.
Hey, go grab something to drink. Parched.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I can't keep like all the refreshments I need. They'll get warm. Can I hurry up? Back. Ah. Okay. My hair is getting longer.
What?
Tried to put on my headphones. They got pushed off by my voluptuous hair. So, what are we gonna cover today?
I know. All right. So, what are we gonna cover today? What are we covering today, buddy?
Brave Fencer Musashi.
Brave Fencer Musashi for the PS1. The fucking legend man of part of my childhood that I never could get down. I only beat it in my recent years. Well, actually, played through it in my recent years. I only beat it recently for the show. So,
Fuck.
how did
Did you?
how did like you feel about this game?
Mm, I don't know. Like, there's just something
Well, hold
about.
on, hold on, hold on. We gotta get through
Yeah.
the Wikipedia. Brave Fencer Musashi is an action role-playing video game developed and published by Square in 1998 for the PlayStation Home console. The game involves real-time sword-based combat in a 3D environment. At the time, I had never seen 3D-based combat except for on Zelda, and I like open-world shit, so that's cool. Um, it also features segments of voiced-over dialogue. That's fucking early for that.
Yeah, that was really
And
cool.
role playing game elements such as a day and night cycle and resting to restore energy. Dun, dun,
Just more of a pain in the ass than anything.
dun, dun. How'd you feel about the game?
Uh, I'm. 'Cause I can play like Mario 64 because I'm used to it, but just this era of gaming is so ugly to me in so many different ways. The graphics are weird as hell. How Musashi looks is very strange,
Yes.
especially his hair.
Yeah, the reverse mohawk. Well, no, not the reverse mohawk. The
He's
mohawk
got
of
a
Sonic the
ponytail
Hedgehog.
with like where
Yeah.
it sticks out, yeah. But they're just since it's like old 3D gaming, it's like they're kind of like 3D lightning bolt looking things. They're sticking out of
Yeah.
your head. And sometimes, what is it? I think it's in the castle when you leave, they look like they kind of detach from your head. I think it's just the angle. Because the fucking, what is it? Whereas like Hair Connects is like 1 pixel.
Mine look different. I think that's because you were using an emulator on that one. I know what you're talking about, like when he's leaving the castle,
Yeah.
like where the screen goes black. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't look like that. Mine had like detail and shit. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just saying you can see like how his hair's like not really connected. Like it's a different polygon like floating there.
I guess I could see what you're saying. Yeah. Um,
A lot of
how'd you
the
feel about?
combat's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I was just about to say, how do you feel about like the gameplay and stuff? I was one sided on like picking this game because I didn't know how you would feel about it. I knew you wouldn't like it graphically,
Yeah.
cause I mean, let's be honest, like the graphics at this time were shit. But I really like it in this game.
Platforming was a lot better than I thought it would be.
Dude, I'm telling you, I had the hardest time whenever I tried to play this game before.
I didn't have any trouble with the platforming parts.
Yeah, not this playthrough. I didn't either. It's strange. Before I had such a hard time, like as a kid, and even just like a couple years ago when I tried to beat it.
Because most of the time, whenever I did more of the harder platforming parts, I was tired, so I could only walk like really slow. So I was jumping all over all the time. So it would happen like halfway through a dungeon sometimes, or
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Such
That's why you always got to keep like items or and like there's nothing in the game that tells you how to rest.
Well, you fucking get your items, you get your fucking inventory full, and you open a box and it's like, oh, it's this random object. It's like, okay, now I gotta eat something. And then you eat something. And it's like, oh, you gotta go get this appraised. And it's like, 50 fucking whatever. It's like not usually not enough money for what the item I ate.
Right. Um, yeah, it doesn't even tell you how to rest, so that's annoying. But once you figure it out, it's like, oh, I should remember how to do this because I'm gonna need it halfway through like every fucking dungeon. Did you beat it?
I got to that fucking end part. I just couldn't not stand that.
Which one?
The fucking maze shit.
Maze shit. Oh, where you're fighting all the huge dudes?
No, just right after um, whatever the dude's name, the fat dude
The fat
that
dude.
drops the bombs on you.
What?
He like has what is it? A helicopter? He has like a helicopter thing on his back or whatever. And he drops bombs on you.
Oh, were you at the end? Like
Yeah,
at the end, like the floating? Okay. Yeah, dude. That guy. You want to know how easy it is to beat that dude? It's dumb.
probably pretty
You
easy. It's just like the fucking.
you stand in the left-hand corner in between the two bombs. When you let them all explode, then you walk up and piece them 3 times, and then you just rinse and repeat. Yeah, that shit was fucking annoying at first to me. And then I was like, oh wait, this is a safe place. Just piece them up every time.
Well, my problem was just like whenever I hit him, when I didn't know like how long he's gonna be there, so I'd just go there and spam the attack button.
And then he'd fucking smack you twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my problem at first too. Yeah, man, you should go back and try and beat it just because you're so close to the end. Otherwise, I would say don't.
Well,
But
I kept trying for like an hour, and then I'd get reset back to the beginning. I got to like
y-
the fucking the fire part, where you gotta light the torches, and I went to the next place, and because of how the intermediate places look like the exact same, I got turned around and ended up going completely fucking backwards.
where it teleports you back to the beginning,
Yeah.
it's you just got to look for all the differences. That's all it is.
I
Like I
did the
found my way
flame
through it.
thing.
Yeah, but you got to keep going. You got to use one of each element
Pretty
for
sure it
everything.
wasn't too far away.
If you get to the top, you have to use your whirlwind thing and fight like this big wind current thing, and then you beat the sky boss. The sky boss. Okay, so like what you have to do there is you're constantly floating with like a constant sky power running on you. So you got to float and maneuver through all these 5 columns and find and smack like these weak points as they pop up. And then eventually they start changing and then lightning bolts like start going all over the place. It's really fucking annoying. That was definitely the hardest part of the game. Like, I mean, it can be
I don't
easy,
remember it being.
but you get
I didn't have
zapped a
too
lot.
much trouble with the game itself. It's mostly just like the hitboxes on the enemies are weird,
Yeah.
and like is your like relation to the enemies is kind of weird because you don't like it doesn't feels like you have to get way too close to hit them.
Like right up in their face, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Did it ever like glitch up on you whenever a bunch of enemies hit the screen at once?
No,
Like slow up on you?
no.
It does that on like the actual original disc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. I thought this game was really cool. Um,
It's interesting. Very
there's like
was it experimental.
there's like a toy piece of the game where you got to collect like action figures, but the cool thing about them is so you can keep them like unopened and sell them for more money or whatever the fuck, however you want to do it.
Yeah, I was thinking
But
about doing that.
if you open them,
Can't sell.
uh, yeah, well, not that, but if you open them and play with them in your room at the castle, it'll actually like say it's a boss,
Yeah.
it'll actually tell you how to beat them and what their weaknesses are,
Yeah,
like by playing with them. That was pretty fucking sweet. And you got like your Bencho field dudes. They're trapped in crystals. You gotta save. You can save them all or not, whatever. Some of them you have to save,
yeah,
like the carpenters.
that was annoying. So you have like no idea where the fuck they are.
Right. You just travel around and you find them. How'd you feel about that log race? Not log race, but that raft thing for the first piece of armor.
I didn't have too much trouble.
I thought you hated that thing.
Kinda did at the beginning. I hated the fucking tunnel thing way more.
That thing kicked my ass. That fucking river rafting shit.
Yeah.
First time I tried to play this recently, oh my god.
That was the problem with the hitboxes and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you like the walls are just pixels or polygons. Like you can't really tell where you're gonna get hurt or whatever. And you do like what this little dumb spin thing, and one of the logs falls off.
Yeah. I really like this fucking game a lot. You can assimilate um, enemies. Like you shoot your sword into them and then suck their life out,
You remember what
and then you can
level
use
you
their
were?
ability. And then you can like use your ability.
Uh,
That was pretty sweet.
Foos or whatever.
Uh,
I used Foos way more than Illumina.
oh, fusion,
The sword.
fusion. Yeah.
Yeah, but it just whenever you look at your leveling, it just says FUS.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's what I always ended up calling it. The
Yeah.
leveling system's pretty interesting.
Yeah. The to level up different parts of yourself, like body,
Yeah.
is by getting hit more
Yeah. I think that
or
was my
lifting and
low
throwing.
stat.
Yeah, lifting and throwing enemies as well works your body. Whichever sword you use lifts their thing. Jumping is another thing that you can do to. Which stat is that? Is it
Mind, I
speed?
think.
Mind?
Yeah,
Okay.
because there's the
And
four. It's just
I thought there was
body,
another one too,
mind,
though.
Foos, and Lumina.
I thought there was another.
I think there's the other level was your like overall level.
Ah, okay.
Because that was pretty cool too. I didn't notice that till like halfway through or something. It was like was that mine was like unknown or whatever, and then it's like talked about, and then you're like champion or whatever. That was
Hmm.
pretty cool.
I didn't look at mine. I was in like the level 20s of all my stats whenever I finished the game.
So mine were at 25.
Sweet.
Whenever I got to the ice dragon, it actually froze my mind's level. It could only go to 22, I think it was.
What do you mean froze your mind level?
It just stayed like the experience bar was all the way up, but it wouldn't level. I wouldn't level up until after I beat the ice dragon.
Hmm. Weird.
Yeah. Oh,
You can find these creatures in different parts of the game. They're called minkus. They only appear at night, and you gotta catch them. And when you catch them, they spit out a fruit, and you eat the fruit, and it upgrades your HP bar.
in the
So
uh
that's fun.
in the morning, if you go to one of the spots they're at, there's a little thing of poop. So,
Yeah, it's like a pink ball,
yeah. And was
pink
it the one
quote
at the
unquote ball.
beginning with the at the tree, like right at the entrance of the village?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
I found that one first. I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like the animal dung. There must be an animal around. I didn't know what the fuck that meant. Till you told me that that's how
Till
you level up your health or whatever.
Dude, for the longest time, I never understood that until I looked into it, and I was like, "What the fuck? Hold on." So that's what that always meant. That's stupid.
For some
That's
reason,
funny.
this game reminds me of Croc.
What is croc?
It is also a PS1 game, platform.
Hmm,
They
interesting.
made like three of them.
Croc. That does kind of sound familiar. Are you sure you're not talking about Gex?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Huh.
He made like this weird noise on one of his jumps. I forget what it is right now. For some reason, the game is like stuck in my head.
Yeah, and if you collect all the Minkus, you can fight the giant mother Minku or Queen Minku or something, and she's just like they look like little bunnies, kind of,
I
but
thought they were like
not
dogs.
bunnies or dogs. They're like dog bunnies, but the giant one is just like ridiculous looking.
On
Just giant snowman with dog ears and a face, or bunny ears and a face. It's
fucking,
weird.
I got tricked again.
Why?
I was looking at this fucking tab on my Google thing, and it's like this game is so beautiful. If you have a computer, it's a must-have. I click on it. It's Raid Shadow Legends.
Got
What
him.
the fuck? Fucking, what is it? Did you ever watch Internet Historian?
It sounds familiar.
He does fucking ads that are so fucking enjoyable. Like he did this fucking, what is it, NordVPN ad where he's like, it's like, you have a stalker? It's like,
What?
well, you wouldn't if you had NordVPN.
What
you,
the fuck?
you can hide your address and everything. See, look how easy it is for me to find you. But
I'm looking.
well, I was gonna look up something. Now I forget. And I just derailed the whole fucking thing.
As usual.
I'm sorry.
Oh man. Here, paste.
We got the dogs.
Look at your chat. This is the Queen Minku. Look at the size comparison to you.
It's got a mean face.
Yeah. With its tongue sticking out.
You just look like fucking a collection of fucking polygons.
Right.
It doesn't even look like a thing. Is that like you getting hurt or them getting hurt?
It's definitely you getting smashed.
So,
Yeah, this game's really fun. I like the fact that you actually get tired and you get weak and like there's I don't know, there's kind of like certain realistic elements, but there's a lot of fun comedy in this game too, because you're just like this bratty dude, just like yeah, fuck this place, I'm gonna fuck everybody up and save it.
there's is it a popular Japanese folk tale about like a samurai, him and his wife. He was like a real like renowned samurai, and he had a his wife had like this 2 inch tall kid, and he never gets any taller than that, and he grows up to be like an amazing samurai. I wonder if this
Eh,
has anything to do with that.
Who knows? Like there's a book called like Musashi and it's supposed to be really good. I don't know.
That's
There's a
probably a
lot of like
popular name, truthfully.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's like there's a lot of like famous Musashi shit.
Yeah. Like, what is it? Dragon Ball Z is supposedly based on, is it Journey to the East?
I've heard that before,
It might
which
have
is
been here
strange.
on this show.
There's what is it? So, uh, Brave Musashi has a quest to go save the save the princess, and that's what kicks this all off. Uh, the funny thing is about this game is you're fighting the Thirst Quencher Empire.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. That
Uh,
reminded me of, was it fucking, what are they called? That fucking Fist of the North Star. There's like a group of people. I forget what they're called, but I remember Bobo Bobo Bobo, or I hope I said that right. But in Bobo, their fucking enemy is called the Baldy Bald Empire, and they're there to take away the hair of everybody.
Yeah, here's the kicker about that thirst quencher shit though. So have you noticed that everything was like the soda fountain, like pop drinks and
Yeah.
shit like that? Okay, so it's changed in the US version.
And
It's
General
act
Capicola.
Yeah. So it was changed in the US version. In the real like the original Japanese version and
Was
shit, it's
alcohol.
all yes.
Yeah, I knew it. Whenever I went into that fucking underneath the bar and the fucking dude's like, I'm drinking soda pop. Like, is this like a Pokemon situation?
Yeah, it's all alcoholic references, but for the US, of course, they changed it to soda pop for kids.
I
I don't know why, but
think the
whatever.
drinking age in Japan is low.
Probably.
I know they
Find
have
out right now.
vending machines for beer on the street.
Oh
You can get
yeah, I've
drunk in
seen people talk
public.
about that.
As long as you're not like retardedly drunk.
Right.
Nobody likes that.
Because nobody likes that. It's actually not low. Drinking age in Japan is 20.
Oh, okay. Just for everything?
The legal adult age is 20 Japanese law. And law prohibits individuals under the age of 20 from drinking alcohol or smoking.
Hmm.
Regardless of age, you must not force anyone to drink or smoke, as it may cause serious health and social consequences.
Fuck
Can
it.
I drink in Japan if I'm 19? No.
Is it in Great Britain? There's that the for beer the drinking age is 16.
Yeah, and
21 for
yeah.
liquor. Like I was watching some British show where they're like in high school or something, or some scene took place in high school, and there was like a bar in the high school.
Fuck you.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck?
You need to release.
You just go have fucking loggers and shit like in between class. It's crazy.
It's like, damn, I don't regret going to school now.
Well, I don't know. I don't think school would be very much fun being drunk.
That's true. Do you remember, like, in high school, whenever. I mean, I never did it, but, like, I know a bunch of people that did do it, like, just get high or drunk in school and shit, and it's just like, you guys. This is why there's, like, fucking age limits. It's like fucking weirdos.
I think the age limit. Well, what is it in Wisconsin? There's not an age limit.
Is it not really? Because I'm pretty sure it's federal law that you can't do that.
I'm pretty sure. Because the drinking age is like either 14 or non-existent. Because it's like you can't like go to a bar or anything. You still have to be 21 to go to a bar. It's
Okay.
you have to be under your parents' supervision and have their permission.
What the fuck? You want to fucking write me a school letter to go to fucking to go to the bar?
Well, no, you can only get drunk at your house or like
Oh,
at your a friend's house or whatever, wherever you have to be supervised.
huh.
Yeah, it's not like you can just go get beer. It's that your parents can give you beer if they think you're responsible.
Hmm.
Supposedly, Wisconsin has really low, like, or lower than what you would think with the alcoholism and all that shit, because they're just like so used to drinking.
Just like this is just a normal thing. Yeah, it'll
Yeah,
be
they're like I've been able to drink since I was 12. Yeah, it's not really that
alright.
big of a deal anymore.
That's fucking wild.
That's what you
Oh,
fucking what is it? Did you use Lumina or Fusion more?
fusion.
Yeah, me too.
Fusion for like the first half, and then or well, Lumina for the first half, fusion for the back half.
Because I
It's
started
faster.
using Lumina on the bosses.
The normal sword?
Well, I get you have to. Yeah, never mind. I was just thinking, bro. That fucking first boss was
Which
pain in
one?
the dick. the
The
scorpion or
robot.
whatever.
The robot? Or like
The
the first.
they all look like robots, but I don't think they're supposed to.
No, no. Like, are you talking about like the first scroll boss or the
Yeah,
first boss in general? Okay,
in the
okay.
Valley of Hell or whatever it's called.
Oh my god, that fucking zip line going across and
Yeah.
everything. Oh my god.
I didn't know what the fuck to do whenever he started climbing up the side, and he just climbed up there, knocked all of the guys out. It's like, oh shit. And I kept getting hit by the fucking bombs, like every time.
Yeah, that shit's annoying.
And there's just
That
like
was the
hardly
only
any
boss fight.
fucking space for you to charge up your fucking ground shake move.
The
Like, I'm
boss
gonna do
fight.
this really fast spinny thing.
Yeah, the boss fight, that one and that ice dragon dude.
I didn't have to deal with
That's
the ice track. I enjoyed
I
that a
did
lot. That was a
I did
really
j-
experimental fucking thing right there.
I did just because it was like 2D. Like cuz you're like on a 2D thing and he's 3D, but like this game is early on in the 3D thing, so it doesn't really know what to do.
Yeah.
So I couldn't like time my hits right. Like you said, weird hitbox kind of deal.
Yeah, that was it. He does that fire move. You have to whenever you see his head go up and he starts going to either side, you have to
Yep.
run to the opposite side.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to figure that out.
I liked him. He's pretty enjoyable. I had to fight him like twice because I forgot to save and then I just went to the Steam place and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, how'd you feel about fucking Steamwood?
That wasn't truthfully the second one wasn't that hard if you know
It,
to grab the wheels. Because I
yeah,
just
it's
did
just
that
like a
at the
faster version.
yeah. I don't know,
But
I
the
still
first
kind of
Steamwood sucked.
well they both kind of suck. Those pump things are fucking annoying. And how the
I don't have a
clock
problem with the
doesn't
pump
really
things.
stop.
No, it doesn't stop at all. The pump things are
It's
easy.
the later
The
ones
thing
though
for
that are real fast and you only get like a little tiny bump.
well, like, my thing is like whenever I get up there because like everything's polygonal, if you land like near the edge of
Hmm.
the thing, you just fall off the whole thing and you're on a time limit, so you if you fall, you need to hurry up and get back up there, and if you can't, you're gonna lose. I fucking hated that. That Steamwood haunted me for the
Mm,
longest time in
the
this game.
second one you have to fucking go up to the second floor and then jump down to the first floor to
Yeah,
get the because all the steam. That was pretty annoying. The steam things in general were weird for me because like is that some of them don't have those red things next to them, so you have to like somehow get over it or whatever. Or I didn't think to use the red things or notice them, so I just kind of like jumped on like the side of it and then went over it.
yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
No, I
Yeah,
mean
man, I
I
fucking
on
hate
the little
Steamwood.
pipes that come up, I jumped on those.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay. Well, some of them
That
have those big red things on the side you can jump on.
yeah.
And those are
Um,
weird because like the perspective of how you're like in a circle and they try to add that perspective, it makes it so that the fucking pipes closer to the thing are real tiny and then the ones at the ends are huge.
yeah,
I
that's
fell
like
off that.
the big thing with this game and my platforming ability is like that perspective to it, and it's like, dude, this fucking throws everything off.
Well, the only time it was really like that. That and the fucking sky thing. That pissed me off so much, dude. I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to do this? And I was like, oh yeah, duh, use my water thing. So I like kept getting like pushed off of those buttons by the fucking crystal things, or I would miss the jump because of how it is. And what,
Yeah,
there's like a wind part in the fucking second thing, so you're trying to like jump across, and it's like, oh yeah, I only move like a tiny bit, but if I jump this other way, I like shoot all the way across the screen.
Right. There's one thing I don't like about the game is how I have to go into my menu to change my
Yeah.
elemental abilities. That's really annoying.
There was something that the game kept telling me too. Because I remember I had that fucking Link's Awakening feeling where you would walk into rocks and be like, this object's too heavy to pick up. I forget what the
What
fuck
do you
it was.
mean?
There was something that kept fucking. There's some message that kept popping up like every time I'd do something. I forget what the fuck it was though.
You can't do that yet.
Uh,
That's like a normal message in a game.
Yeah, but it's just so fucking annoying. Is that like anytime you walk by like something, it has to tell you that you can't use it.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that would be then. I don't remember that one.
I forget what the fuck it was. Hmm.
It's like there's a thing in the Mario versus Rabbids while you're just walking around in the overworld or whatever. There's like, because you can do like puzzles and shit to get other things and whatever in between battles. And like, I was walking around every fucking time there's like a block there and I go to move it. It's like, you don't know how to do this yet. You don't know how to do this yet. It's like, what the fuck? I've been playing this game for like 5 hours. When am I gonna fucking learn how to do this? Like, it's just push a block.
I forget what the fuck it was. That's gonna bug me. Fuck. Um, a lot of the
Pro-
dialogue's
Probably
very
like the
fun.
sigil.
Maybe.
Probably one of the sigils on the ground. Like, you don't have the element for that or something like that. Like, for those certain spots where you unlock things.
Yeah, I get you. I don't know.
Uh,
That was kind of weird too. Like getting a scroll and then you like fight some boss.
the Guardian of
Yeah.
the Scroll. Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, you fight it after, or they're crest guardians, not scroll guardians.
Yeah, Crest Guardians.
Yeah. Like the first one just kind of like appears after you get the scroll, and then the other ones are just like randomly around. Feels like, you know?
Yeah, they're just kind of out there. You didn't fight the Sky Crest Guardian. That thing's fucking so gay, dude.
But,
I hate that fucking thing.
yeah, there's like a big boss rush at the end, right?
Kinda. Yeah, but like there's a bunch of fighty parts in between. Like, dude, there's this one where so it's like a rhythm game. You have to press the buttons to remember where she goes. This girl jumps on these platforms and then she'll do them
Oh, the
like real
mouse
fast
chick.
and shit. Yeah. Did you do that?
No, she's the one who impersonates the princess at the tower.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it is the mouse trick though.
It's like, why
And she
you
does.
got a tail? And he grabs onto it.
I don't remember that. That's probably funny though.
Is that a
There's
Dragon Ball Z reference? Dragon Ball reference?
there's like this thing. So it's like a music room and there's a bunch of speakers like kind of like a rave. And she's in there and it's like ding, ding. It has this real poppy like beat. Like I get down with that shit.
Wario!
Wario.
We have
Yeah.
WarioWare! You play it now! I steal your money!
She's like, "You'll die if you can't figure this out," or what. I don't know how it goes, but you got to do this. You got to keep it with the beat too, and that's like the hard part because it doesn't give you reaction commands. You just literally have to follow the beat with the four buttons on the PlayStation controller. So it's like, what the fuck? It's like squares this sound, blah blah blah, and you got to watch her, and then you have to match her dance at the same time and like you can either be a tiny bit faster or a tiny bit slower than her, but not much. So you can fuck yourself real easy. Me
Joe.
and Casey sat there and stared at the screen for fucking like 20 minutes trying to figure out why the fuck I couldn't do this. And she's like, "Look, it's X, circle, triangle, triangle, circle, square, X." And then the second part is square, square, circle, X, triangle, square, circle, circle, triangle, X. And I'm like, hold the fuck up. And then I was like, whatever. and I did like something fucking crazy. I just closed my eyes and just started hitting the buttons and I fucking won. I was just listening to it by ear and I was like, fuck it, dude. As soon as it starts, I'm gonna hit the first button and just hit the buttons. I was like, ding, 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 in case it was like, yo! I was like, aye! I was so pumped on that.
See, this that
Dude, it was
makes me think
hard.
of the forget what it was, seasons or ages where you have to do that dance.
Dude, it's exactly like that.
Okay. I was really
It's
good
ex-
at that.
yeah, but it's like a little bit nitpickier though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you can't fuck up. It's weird.
Well, that one's
Yeah,
pretty nitpicky too.
it is, but it's like I still remember playing that, and there's definitely way more room for error.
Yeah,
You could be a little bit
gives you for
slower.
kind of forgiving.
Yeah,
Can't be
but like
too much slower. It's like the
there's
same what you said. You can't be too much faster or slower.
yeah, um, yeah, that shit fucking sucks. Like the boss rushes, the enemy rushes, in between the boss rushes, and you have like whatever's in your item supply. Like there's some pickups, but like not much. Yeah.
This is
The end boss is ridiculously nitpicky. You cannot miss a fucking thing with him.
uh, sounds
Yeah. You have to like assimilate him in the middle of like it'll cut to like almost a cut scene almost where you got to hurry up and just hit him with an assimilate him, and then he's just like turns in this little ball and you got to smack him, and then he does a bunch of crazy elemental barrage attacks that you have to constantly switch your elementals to defend against and keep doing it. And that's like his final stage. He has like two other phases. There's one where it's like a chase,
yeah.
a platforming chase, and then there's another one where you fight him as a big demon dragon, and then you fight him as like a weird alien looking thing. It is fucking crazy, man. Like when I beat this game, I actually really did feel accomplished. I was like, damn, dude, like this is the same feeling I got when I beat Elden Ring, and that's saying something. Holy fuck, that was hard.
I just found a lot of things frustrating. It's like falling
Yeah.
asleep and whatnot. And like
Well, you were
it's
doing
like
it while you were tired.
Pokemon.
What?
It's like Pokemon, where it's like you have to go to this one very specific place and talk to people for the story to continue. And then other times it's just like right there in your face.
Well, yeah, you always got to go to specific places.
No, I mean it's like a place that you wouldn't go to. Like
Uh,
to get the when you get the wind scroll, I was wondering what would happen if you didn't dig that hole and you just went around to the place that they are. If something would happen.
hmm.
Well, just like 'cause I got lost like so many fucking times, and it just frustrated the fucking hell out of me. And that fucking underneath the fucking bar, that was a pain in the dick.
Yeah, the zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was
Jeez.
fun though.
Uh, I kind of, I couldn't figure out like how you really throw people, because sometimes it would work with um, was it, my control scheme was all weird. So it was like with both sword buttons you could pick people up.
Mm.
And like I was using the one that like it doesn't tell you to use, so it didn't really work too well all the time. I did like was it my favorite move with that skewer thing. Did you get that?
Oh yeah, the spears.
No, where you like pick them up and then you throw them in the air and you pick your sword up and stab them.
What is that?
It's skewer.
Oh, the boink boink thing, where it makes the fucking boink every time you use it.
Oh, I don't know if it made that
It
noise.
the stunner. It's a stun thing.
No, it's a kill move.
Well, what the?
You didn't
Oh,
talk to
dude,
all the knights, bro.
I didn't. I
The,
never. I can tell you right now, I didn't.
the knights give you special moves and shit.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious?
Yep.
You Googled too much cheating.
No, I just went and talked to him. And there's like a maid or some shit, and like you save her, you talk to her at the castle, and she's like, "Oh, there's a fly," and she stabs at it with a broom, and Musashi's like, "Wait, that technique." And then you like learn a new fucking like running stab move.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
The
I
last
gotta
one's
learn.
badass, where you like jump in the air and you pull out both your swords and dive down and slash.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? This shit would have been so useful at the end.
You get that what is
I
it?
don't believe you.
It's
There's no
after.
way. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
Oh man,
All the
I know
knights
what
give
I'm
you
doing.
special moves when you talk to him at the castle.
What the fuck? Yeah, dude, that shit was hard as fuck. You know what's crazy? I bought
Now you're like, I
the.
want to go beat it again.
I do, actually. Um, no, I got bigger fish to fry because I bought the fucking season pass for Final Fantasy Strangers of Paradise, which it gives
What
you all
is
the
that?
DLC. It gives you all the DLC that's released as it comes out. There's three DLCs, two of them have been released,
For,
and I didn't even know. And it was like 25 bucks. So
just
that's
kind of
like
confused about what you're even talking about.
the Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy game that I was telling you about before, with all the different classes. It's like real time action and shit like that.
I think I know what you're talking about.
The one that I played for a while there.
Yeah, I think I know.
Yeah, so like all the DLCs are coming out, and if you buy the season pass, you get them all
Yeah,
at a discount on top of they're immediately released to you as soon as they're released,
yeah.
obviously, whatever.
That's
Dude,
like a pre-order.
yeah, kind of like that. But so I went to play the first DLC today, and they force you to play it on Bahamut difficulty. Dude, I've
Bahamut
never.
difficulty.
Yeah, it's like it goes easy, normal, hard, chaos, and then fucking Bahamut. So I go to do my first mission on Bahamut difficulty. I've never played a harder game in my life. It's so brutally unfucking forgiving. It's ridiculous. Like Elden Ring, everybody says
Play
is hard.
Darkest Dungeon.
Elden Ring people try some certain people, and I don't know why they say this. They go, Elden Ring's the hardest From Software game ever. First of all, no, it's not.
Yeah, I never heard that.
Demon Souls is deep. I don't know about Dark Souls and all that other shit, but Demon Souls is fucking hard. Demon Souls looks like a baby game compared to this. This is fucking retarded.
You said it. Reverse.
I said Demon Souls looks like a baby game compared to this.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, you're saying Demon Souls looks like a baby game.
Yeah.
Compared to that?
Yeah. Like, remember how I told you about me playing Horizon Zero Dawn like on hard,
Yeah.
where everything's so fucking beefy, like it's gonna take you an hour just to kill like a fucking normal enemy. That's how this game is, but with hordes.
I don't know why you like that.
I didn't know,
Yeah. Well, I
and
mean,
it.
there's just them being spongy doesn't really mean it's hard. It just means it's annoying.
Well, it does when they two tap you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
They're not just spongy. They smack you twice and you're dead.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
just
it's like
unfair though. It's not
yeah.
like difficult. It's just like let's make this excruciatingly hard for no reason, the laziest way possible.
Yeah, I hate that fucking shit. And like the first match of it, you fight the Warrior of Light and he constantly attacks you, but you can't die. So you just get your fucking ass fucking kicked the fuck in until you can do enough damage to kill him. And then it's like, here's your armor that's almost to the level that you need it to be.
Why are you fighting the Warrior of Light?
Uh, I'm not spoiling the game. um, but you you get this armor that's almost good enough for what you need it for, and then you go and do it, and you still get two tapped. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Was it speaking about Musashi? There was like two pieces of the armor that I didn't get.
What?
Yeah,
I thought you had to get them.
I guess not.
Hmm.
'Cause was I only had like the goggles, the cloth that makes you double jump, and the thing that makes you climb. I think I might have had one more.
I think there's five. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's five.
Okay. It looked like I'm missing one then, I think.
The only two things I didn't do was get all the Mankus and and free all the people in the Benjo fields or
Freed
whatever.
most of them.
I freed a lot of them too. Yeah, but not all of them.
Yeah. There's two I think I missed.
I thought about speaking of like completion shit. I thought about finally finishing Majora's Mask. I messaged Matt that, and he was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Homie,
Surprised you haven't.
dude, I fucking hate that shit." It's
Yeah.
like, oh, here's an action RPG game in a cool ass world that you can go out and explore for 3 hours until you have to reset it. It's like,
I
I fucking hate you, dude.
I think I beat everything but the last dungeon, and I might have. Because I
Like,
really love the Zoras. Like, I've always been in love with the Zoras. So, like, and I know that's like the last part of the game.
no, that's the second from the last.
Yeah. Yeah, that's at least where I got to because I wanted to be a Zora so bad.
Yeah, I made it to. I'm trying to get to Icona Castle by like trading with the mummies and shit on my GameCube profile, but I'm just like, dude, every time I bring shit, I go the wrong way or go to somebody else who needs something different, and it's like I don't have enough room in my inventory for all this. This fucking sucks. Like, and I just stopped playing the game because of it. Because I was just like, dude, I'm not gonna keep doing this retry shit. I
Yeah,
hate that.
I get that. That's pretty much what I was doing with Musashi. Like,
No,
I've
you were just getting
already
tired, Boyd.
I already beat enough fucking ghost houses in Mario. I don't need this shit.
But overall, did you like the game?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's pretty
Good.
enjoyable. For some reason, it's just because it's a PS1 game. I couldn't really get into it.
Have you ever seen Medieval, the one we covered, but the original version?
No.
Uh,
Like
you you don't want to
if
play
I
that game.
did, if I would have played that version, I probably would have had the same feeling.
You would have hated it. It
Yeah,
looks fucking wild. Um, let's wrap this shit up though.
everything being all pointy and shit. Not a fan.
Yeah. Oh no, you have no idea. um, what are we playing next, Mike? It's your pick. What are we playing?
We're gonna play Shadow of the Colossus.
Man, I was really hoping you were gonna pick Oblivion. I really wanted to play Oblivion,
I
but all
wanted
right.
to cover Shadow of the Colossus for a while, and that'd be nice because I love that game. And then go to a game that I'm completely frustrated with to a game that I enjoy playing a lot.
All right, well, I'll give you an extra game that you enjoy. My next pick is Oblivion, just so everybody knows. That way we can play two games, both that Mike like. One I know I like. I don't know about Shadow, but I'll
Two
probably like
games, one cup.
it. Yup, that's right. Shit into it.
Gross.
like a swirly cone.
Some soft serve.
Yeah. All right. That was the review of Brave Fencer Musashi. You guys should play it. It's really fun.
Fuck yeah.
Uh,
Two
and
hours.
if you can't beat it, you're a bitch.
No. If you can't beat it, you're like perfectly fine human being
Nope.
that is
Nope.
gonna go on to do great things.
Nope. That's not true.
If you beat it, you're just gonna like waste away in anguish.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, you'll have fun trying to beat it, but that's
No, you won't.
okay.
All matters. If you're into PS1 games, you'll like it. It's
Yeah, it's a
it's
fun game.
probably definitely better than most PS1 games.
Definitely.
It's weird. I never heard about this game.
Yeah, it was kind of under the radar, but a Square game, so it's strange.
As well, like Square's experiments that they didn't really give much of a shit about, so it didn't really get anywhere.
Yeah, like Threads of Fate.
But
That one game you came upstairs and saw me playing that one time. You're like, what the fuck is that? That shit is broken.
so I
You're
think
ta-
like there's a lot of bad games they made too. Fucking was it that Outriders game that like died really fast? And then
oh, the newer thing. Yeah,
there was something else.
I didn't know Square made that.
Yeah. That's what I was
Huh.
saying. Like Square's making like so many different styles of game. I don't even know if they have like enough of a like competent team to make a Final Fantasy game like they used to.
Yeah, there was an article recently about um, eh, the age of turn-based Final Fantasy is over. It will always now and forever be live act or yeah, not live action. What's it called? Real time action. Whatever the fuck.
That's so disappointing. The blandening of all of our things that were once good now must all become the same action RPG bullshit.
Yeah, but it kind of goes back to the same time whenever everything was turn based and not
Well, I just
like.
hate like action RPGs because they're like so light on the RPG aspect.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
Uh,
I did get Knights of the Old Republic 2 though.
nice.
Uh, but I gotta wait like a
Now,
year for it to come in the mail.
what is it? Those games are probably gonna be really hard for you to get used to.
For me?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
especially
not
was
playing them. I'm leaving that bitch sealed. I bought the collector's edition. That motherfucker cost a lot of money, and I bought it for the Switch, so that means it's gonna be even harder to find and less populated. So I'm doing that. I'm gonna have to digitally buy the game to actually play it because I'm not opening that thing.
I have KOTOR 1, and that it was I was like, oh, I forgot the game was like this because it's like half real time and half turn based.
What?
Yeah, this
Okay.
weird hybrid game.
That's how like Yakuza is. That like a dragon that I've been playing.
Yeah, really?
Strange. Yeah.
So all the other ones are like fighting games.
Yeah, it's like turn based.
That's weird.
Yeah. I've heard that. I heard that before and I'm just like, oh, so I'm just playing this other version.
That opens up a niche. Hopefully it gets filled.
I'm like super pumped that I finally have all the Dragon Quest games. I'm just gonna go
Still
on a
never
spree.
played one.
It's just turn-based Dragon Ball with weapons. That's all it is. With like really fun characters and enemies, and it's just a good time.
I just saw it was I think it was the one that came out like a few years ago or whatever. Remember,
Echoes of
didn't
the
it have like
Elusive Age 11.
didn't isn't the main character looks like Trunks or something?
Like, he has like long straight hair.
Well, Trunks has like I guess it's long for a dude. It's shoulder length.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what it is. Yeah,
See, dude, I thought that I immediately thought that. I was like, is that Trunks?
yeah, man. Akira Toriyama. It's literally the same design as Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but I mean all the other Dragon Quest like they obviously look like that. art style, but they don't look like any of the characters from the show. And like the newer one had like I was like, that's Trunks, dude. It even looks like that even looks like Trunks' sword.
I'm gonna send you pictures of just the cover art of all these different Dragon Quest games. You're gonna look at them all and be like, "That's this character from Dragon Ball with a different color hair."
Yeah,
Seriously,
but
they
that's
all
yeah,
look
I'm
like,
saying the hairstyle and color wasn't even changed. He just straight looks like Trunks.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was so freaking weird.
That the newest Dragon Quest game is a fucking masterpiece, though. Like that one's one of the highly revered ones. That five and I think it's 4 or 3. I beat one. I'm like almost to the end of two. I'm just gonna like just play them up straight through as I feel like as like I feel like doing it. Because there's no order. There's no. It's just like Final Fantasy, different story every time, different people, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about the new Dragon Quest is like, well, quote unquote new.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest 11 is like there's a part of the game where you can go back in time to like parts of the old Dragon Quest games, and you're in like the 16-bit era or the 3DS era, and you go back and do them, and you do like missions from that game
That was
to do.
released around the same time as Octopath, wasn't it?
Octopath was more right at the beginning of the Switch, not.
I think
I
people are still talking about it though, because that
what
sounds like it's
Octopath?
kind of partially influenced, at least by the same idea.
What the 16-bit thing?
Yeah.
No, that's just in that one section of the game. Like you can
No, I
choose to
mean
do.
how like doesn't Octopath have like changing graphics and shit?
No, it has.
That was a
Um,
different game you're talking about.
Octopath is like it's like super fucking hyper good looking 16-bit graphics, and Dragon Quest is completely like 3D up to date.
No, I mean like I thought I think I'm getting it confused with another game, but you said that you told me about because it was like there's some game you play in there where the graphics like updated as you went.
Oh, that's an extremely expensive game. I forget what the fuck that was called. RPG something. Uh, yeah, no, it's a total. It's not the same thing at all as what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
And
Fuck, I forget what that game's called. The thing's cool as shit too. You open up chests and you upgrade the fucking graphics and like your weaponry and all this shit.
yeah,
It's
sounds cool shit.
yeah. I checked like 2 years ago because I was gonna buy that game. It was like $150 Switch game. I was like, what the fuck? And
That's,
now, fuck RPG. What the fuck is it? Oh, I'm gonna watch Metal Jesus Rocks because I know in one of his videos he talks about it.
oh,
So
you're
I'll
gonna
tell
have
you
to
when it is.
fucking comb through his videos.
Oh no, I know which video it is. It's
Uh,
like top Switch games for like his personal top Switch games.
yeah,
I think it is. But yeah. All
that
right.
one kind of sounds like a cheat.
What?
Fucking the like super expensive game that probably a lot of people haven't heard of, and it's probably really hard to find. It's
Yeah,
like, oh,
that's
this
like
is
the
the
only.
best Switch game. It's like, oh, that sounds cool, and then you like look it up, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Well, it's a hidden gems video. Like
Okay.
the hidden gems of Nintendo Switch at that point in time, and that point in time was like 3 or 2 years ago.
Did the game like what did it make money? Was it successful?
No idea. I just knew it was like like just an independent game, and
Like for that
somebody made it.
asking price, I don't. It's not even like a known studio, right?
I have no
Well, yeah, you.
idea.
Let's see.
Here, how about this? We'll look it up real fast. How about Nintendo Switch? Oh shit. Switch RPG game where graphics change. I don't know. If I see the name, I'll know.
Do you know about the goat man?
The fuck are you talking about?
I was watching stuff about cryptids before we started the show.
I hate you. I don't want to talk about that shit. It freaks me out.
Fucking goat man freaks you out.
Oh no, but sounds like it'd freak me out.
I wonder, like, I have like the mermaid question. Like, does he have a goat penis or a human penis? 'Cause he has a goat head and goat legs and a human body. So it's
That's
like,
weird. I can't find it. I can't find it. And you're getting off topic. You
oh,
ever heard of
oh.
Goat Man?
So people want to know about Goat Man. He's gonna come kick you because he's his naming.
Somebody just put a thing on the Elden Ring page. Bosses in Dark Souls. Hi, I attack. Your turn. Bosses in Elden Ring. Triple chain attack, AoE attack, jump attack, healing,
Yeah,
ranged attack. Forgive me, Zanzibar. Phase 2. It's like, what the fuck?
that sounds about right though. That
Uh,
I don't know. That was such a weird thing in Elden Ring, like how aggressive they are and how like sluggish you are.
I don't know.
I didn't
I don't.
understand the roll thing for like the longest time
The
because it
roll thing.
doesn't. Yeah, like how you have like
You roll into
when
the
the
event.
iframes come up and shit. I like
You just
still just don't understand the roll. Still gotta get used to it.
My whole thing's just like as soon as something's about to hit you, roll.
Yeah, but like they do those fucking feint attacks all the fucking time.
Yeah, man, you just gotta know. You gotta be ready.
You can't do before the attack.
Sure, you can. You gotta
Oh,
wait for him to
God.
swing on you. You just gotta do it.
Mhm.
Always
Well,
be ready, man.
I can do Morgott like really easy, and he's
Fuck that dude.
basically that.
Fuck that guy.
This is the only boss I can fucking like beat the shit out of. So happy. I was like, yeah, this is what I thought like the whole game was gonna be. Is this? And it's not.
Can't be a bitch your whole life.
No, what? You
Gotta
had
man
trouble.
up.
You had trouble with it. What are you talking about?
Fuck yeah, I did.
Okay.
No, I'm saying you thought it was gonna be that easy the whole time. No,
That
no, no.
easy.
The game is just telling you you can't be a bitch.
That easy.
That's how it is, man. They're just like, oh, you think you can get past this? Oh, okay. You think you're good? Let's fucking double down on the next thing that you're gonna do. And it's just
Here's
like,
a
let's,
broken boss. It's like two of them.
right. That's what I mean. It's like, oh, you thought that was easy. Next phase or next boss, whatever the fuck. Nope. Just gonna keep getting worse.
This crystalline warriors fucking piss me off.
I know. Pissed me off too.
There's a boss fight with two of those. That was fun.
That's like the thing in any RPG is like, oh, you're gonna go underground. You're gonna fight really defensive shit. It's like, jeez.
Eh, not all the time. Sometimes it's goblins.
Fuck those goblins.
The goblins from Goblin Slayer, where they rape. Those are some scary ass goblins.
Alright, let's wrap this show up. Alright. That was our review of Brave Fencer Musashi. We're coming back with Shadow of the Colossus. We
Yes.
got a forest episode to post up, so we'll do that first before we do this one, and
Also, we
then we're
got three shows.
3 shows.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
What are you talking
Well, you said there's. Oh, you. Okay. I thought you wanted to do another episode up for us. Because that was like the whole plan.
about? We'll get to it.
Yeah.
I wanna play and not get raped on the side of the fucking shoreline and get teabagged to death
Wait,
while
what?
I'm in my raft. They'll
Oh,
just starve me and wait me out on my fucking raft and just teabag the ground while they do it.
yeah. Just
Fuck those guys.
smack their balls up the sand. It's an intimidation tactic. It's like, we're crazy motherfuckers over here.
All right, we'll see you later, guys.
Adios, muchachos.